have a queue of people from Fenergo coming to get their
I'm just
their
like trying to
branding.
remind myself to breathe.
So Aoife, first of all, thank you so much for joining us here today at the FF, I keep wanting to say salon, it's the FF Tattoo Studio here at Sibos in Frankfurt.
Thank you for having me.
And this-
Certainly the only tattoo studio at Sibos, I think.
This is your first Sibos.
Yes.
How have you found it? And you've got a big fat announcement today.
Yes, so Sibos, always great for Fenergo, great to make some connections with all of our client base and new friends that we make along the way. We're very happy at this event to be extending out our FinCrime operating system, embedding a new native ID&V capabilities, which extends what we can offer to the market, extends how we look at a client from not only the point of view of your profile as it's linked to an organization like some of the banks that are here today. So it's looking at you as a director of the company, getting your ID&V as it says, or it could be looking at you from a retail bank to make sure that your onboarding as a retail individual is a lot smoother. So it really does round out the Fenergo proposition for us, and we're very excited to have it at Sibos today.
Just look at your logo there, that's a good logo.
Yeah.
It's taken a little while to trace, I think, but a good
This
logo all the
has
same.
been the most, yeah, this has been the longest one so far.
What is it about financial crime that you find interesting on a personal level?
On a personal level, I've probably always worked in the area of financial crime. So my background was working in financial organizations, doing the onboarding work, working as an analyst. I worked for the regulator in Ireland under the Central Bank of Ireland, and really looking to say the majority of people who are onboarded are really just onboarding themselves to transact on a day-to-day basis. But there is still a huge amount of bad actors in that circle. And at the moment, despite the best efforts of the industry as a whole, and that would be financial institutions, law enforcement, regulators, vendors like Fenergo, we haven't quite beaten it yet. Criminals are still always one step ahead of us. So I think there's a piece that you can see through your role that you are making a little bit of a difference. How material that difference is kind of, I guess, goes to the industry as a wider piece, but it's always been an area of interest to me, and actually looking at what are the financial crimes of the day, because they can change year to year as well. So yeah, always been an interest of mine.
Do you want it slightly lower because of
If you do it lower, it might be a bit
yeah,
easier,
yeah,
yeah.
no, that-
I do love it when I'm on a call with a bank and I have to verify myself multiple times.
Yeah.
Obviously a much smaller level of doing it. What do you find satisfying about that though?
You have to, as an organization, as a financial organization, you have to stay within the regulations, or you're running the risk of a fine. So there is a piece that some might say a lot of the onboarding and the checks that need to be done and the ongoing reviews and the periodic reviews, there's an element of they are a necessary evil. But there's also a piece that says actually that could be a differentiator for a bank who gets it right, and it could be a great lever of growth for them. So you're coupling to say, I have to do this from a regulatory standpoint, but I also need to give my client a good experience. Again, if we look in the realm of corporate and institutional banks, look at the amount of competition they have. We just walk around the room here and we see how many different banks are offering very similar services. So what I find interesting about it is you're looking at banks and saying, what gives them the competitive edge? What products of Fenergo's will they take? How will they use them? And the other piece, from a personal perspective, it is great to walk around a conference like this, see some of the biggest names in banking and know they're a client of a small organisation that began in Dublin in Ireland. You know, we have a huge amount of tech companies in Ireland. We're the headquarter of Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, but we don't have a huge amount of homegrown tech companies. So for us to know that the company started in Dublin, it remains an Irish headquartered company, and the amount of careers it has given to people from Ireland and now globally as well, I think it's a very satisfying thing to see when you see all of those logos and know they use Fenergo.
That looks looks very, very cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
I
how
think
long
that's
does
probably
it
the
stay
best one
here?
that
Do I
we've
just have to
done.
leave it dry, or?
Yeah, so this is actually a little bit different from traditional hand runners. Jaguar gel.
Okay.
I chose that because it looks more like a real tattoo when you can take it off, because henna's like more like reddish.
Yeah.
So this will, with henna, you probably like crumbles off. This actually kind of peels off.
Okay.
And you won't see like an instant stain. It kind of develops over 24 to 48 hours. But it should take about 10, 15, 20 minutes to dry. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.